The rules of money. Before we begin, please tap the subscribe button and the bell icon to get notified of the interesting videos we have for you every day. Let's begin now, shall we? Philosopher and Irish statesman Edmund Burke once said, "If we command our wealth, we shall be rich and free. If our wealth commands us, we are poor indeed." And this rings true in our world of today, where money is believed to be the yardstick of success. For whatever our goals and reasons may be, we often find ourselves stuck in a maze of earning and spending, wants and needs. So as we're stuck chasing riches, we would wonder, what are the hidden secrets of money? How do you get rich? Well, in today's episode, we will answer just that in what we've prepared as 14 rules that money abides by. 1. Money is earned through crisis. Wall Street legend and Forbes top billionaire Warren Buffett once said that the secret to getting rich on Wall Street is to try to be greedy when others are fearful, and to try being fearful when others are greedy. This advice not just applies to investing, because it is during crises that keen people spot opportunities and earn big. Why? Because some needs become magnified, creating demand, while things become cheaper then. When everything is shut down, real estate is performing its poorest, and the stocks have tanked. How exactly do people make money? It is during this time when the wealthy buy assets, restructure loans, and build liquidity. If, for example, someone bargains to buy a property valued at $1 million during a normal economic situation for $750,000, the seller might just agree. Why? Because no one is willing to buy property during crises. The demand is low. Therefore, the buyer has more bargaining power. If the same buyer holds the property for about 2 years, he is sure to make profits from capital gains once the economy resumes to normalcy. The same applies to the stock markets. During crises, stock prices stumble, but this won't last forever. Most people panic and start selling as the prices go down to avoid losing anything, but the wealthy who understand the rules of money will be busy buying. Economic strife doesn't last forever, and they happen to create the best opportunities to increase your net worth. So save up some money and invest wisely when the next one hits. 2. Money is a game of exchange. Money is made through an exchange. Some people earn money, while others make money. Doesn't sound like there's much of a difference, but there is. You earn money when you trade your time and energy for money. In other words, you work for an hour, you get paid for an hour. Making money is when you use your own time and energy and a bit of creativity once and get paid over and over and over again. For example, when you make a new product and get paid every time it sells. Nonetheless, for you to earn some income, it has to come from one source into yours. For a business to make sales, the money has to come from the buyer's pocket and into the business's account. So in short, there has to be some form of benefit that will bring about the exchange. So for you to attract money into your account, you have no choice but to create some form of value for the exchange to happen. 3. Money attracts money. This could be one of the greatest rules of money in this century. Ever wondered why the rich only have rich friends? It's not because they don't want to hang out with poor people, but because their financial status only attracts those within the same bracket. Most people often say the rich are proud and disassociate with the poor, but in real sense, the two categories have very little in common. With that in mind, if you want to be healthy, you have to befriend the wealthy. By having wealthy friends, you will slowly learn their ways, adopt their habits, and become one of them. These people know how to make money, have lifestyles that increase their finances, and are always surrounded by opportunities. 4. Money is easy to get and harder to maintain. Many people make money easily, but are not able to maintain it. To put this clearly, let me explain about the big check syndrome. Say a real estate agent sells a $6 million home and earns $200,000 in a month. For the next few months, he starts living as though he earns that much every month, but in reality, he only makes about $17,000 monthly. This money obtained up front deludes the agent into focusing on the whole amount, hence splurging it. Most people get overexcited when suddenly a few zeros appear in their bank account. Instead of investing the amount wisely to double it, they spend it, changing their lifestyle, not realizing the increment is temporary. Money stays where it is nurtured and taken care of, making it easier to earn but harder to maintain. According to Forbes list, every year 80% of new millionaires lose their status. Now isn't that some food for thought? 5. Money loves secrecy. Money works best when secrecy is involved. Make sure you always have a secret account. The rule is to always have a secret account that nobody knows about except yourself. Never disclose everything about your finances. Always leave some amount of secrecy. Why is this so important? When people are aware of your financial status, they often take advantage. That is just human nature. I'm not saying you shouldn't help when your close relatives or friends are in need, but they will always ask for money from you. And when you refuse to help and they know you have it, this may cause some strife within your relationships. But when you keep a secret account, it can be your lifesaver in case of emergencies. Anything could happen at any time, and you may need some cash. At one time, your business may run the risk of bankruptcy, and you may still have to pay employees, or there might be a crisis that may demand spending of unanticipated funds. 6. Money hates stagnation. I know it sounds hilarious, but it's actually true. Let me explain what we mean by this. Money loves being moved around from one place to another. Just like human beings, when money is bored, it becomes unproductive and may even leave, leading to losses. But let's delve deeper into this for a moment. If money is pumped into the same business without returning profits, it eventually becomes bored, and at the end of the day, all you're doing is earning losses. The same applies with diversification of income. Money loves being invested in different places. At the end of the day, all you have to do is sit and watch it flock to you from different directions. Money stored in an account is also as good as wasted. Note that I do not mean the secret account I mentioned before. That's for emergencies. You have to make sure your money is moving around, working for you to earn you more. 7. Money loves risk takers. The truth is, the older you get, the less risks you are likely to take. For example, a 23-year-old can afford to invest in more risky investment options than a 70-year-old. When you're at that age, your risk tolerance is definitely lower than when you're younger. Money loves risk takers, and if you plan on playing it safe all your life, you might not quite make it big. Great opportunities always come with a directly proportionate risk. So while you're still young, make sure you invest wisely and take calculated risks in everything you do. 8. Money hates spendthrifts. If you take out sugar from a jar and don't replace it, what happens? The jar will run empty. The same for money. It will never grow where it's always being spent. For every penny spent, there has to be a counteraction taken to replace. If not, double it. For most wealthy people who live lavish lives and are able to sustain it, they have set the needed measures in place to replenish the amounts they use up. In order to be rich, you can't fly first class, drive the most expensive cars, or own the best mansions, unless you have a solid channel of bringing back the money spent. Here's my favorite quote about saving, by Thornton T. Munger. The habit of saving is itself an education. It fosters every virtue, teaches self-denial, cultivates the sense of order, trains to forethought, and so broadens the mind. 9. Money loves authenticity. Play your own game when it comes to money. Unique and creative ideas will never lack market. Believe it or not, it sells, and there is a serious lack of originality in business, and companies are defaulting to what they sell instead of what they stand for. To be an entrepreneur, it often means bucking the status quo and taking an idea you believe in and tirelessly proving its worth to the world. While you should pick up bits of tips from successful people and try to learn from them, don't try to copy their whole life. In short, be authentic. Curate your own financial journey, because no two people have the same circumstances. Start with what you have, gather up tips from others, and write your own plan. 10. Money loves to be controlled. If we're to be honest, money loves to be kept on a leash. Never let your finances run wild, or else you'll be in trouble. Have an account of the amount of money you have in every bank account, and know how much is spent on expenses regularly. If you don't control your money, it will control you. If you don't determine how much you can spend monthly, your money will dictate for you what you can and can't buy. Control your money, or else it will control you, and when this happens, you could end up in debt. And wouldn't that be bad news? 11. Money can never be the problem and the solution. If money is the problem, then it definitely isn't the solution. Here's where people go wrong. They think because they're short of some money, borrowing more money will solve their issues. So what happens? They end up in a spiral of borrowing more and more, debt that they can't really afford. Instead of borrowing more money to solve your current money issues, why don't you look for additional sources of income? That is the only way to solve a money problem. You can get a side hustle, get an extra job, or even start a business. 12. Money doesn't change people. I know most of you will probably argue with this fact, but it's the truth. Money and success won't change you. It will only magnify what's already there. Someone who becomes proud and arrogant all of a sudden after getting rich has always been proud and arrogant. Money only let them be their true selves. 13. If you think money will make you happy, then you are broke. Founding father of the United States, Benjamin Franklin, once said, "Money never made a man happy yet, nor will it. There is nothing in its nature to produce happiness. The more a man has, the more he wants. Instead of filling a vacuum, it makes one." Money can never bring you happiness, but the things you can do with it will. They say money is the sixth sense that makes you enjoy the other five. The only reason money is in the picture is because we need it to pay for everything we desire to bring us happiness. Some people argue happiness is self-made and money doesn't contribute in bringing it. Some say more money means more problems. I believe money will contribute to happiness, but it's not all it takes to be happy. Let us know what you think in the comments section below. 14. Let money work for you. If you carefully observe the rich and the poor, you'll find one key difference between them. The rich make money work for them, but the poor work for the money. A rich man will hire the best minds to run his business, while he uses his time to focus on strategy, but a poor man will use up all his time to work for the rich. A rich man will have many streams of passive income, so that he earns even without working, while a poor man has to work to earn a living. A rich man has a plan for his expenditure, and even an emergency fund in case things go south, when a poor man survives paycheck to paycheck and will go hungry if he isn't paid. The differences are absolutely clear. When money works for you, it will reap only more money. I hope that made sense, and that's it for today. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. Let us know what you think in the comments. If you loved it, give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. We have new videos every other day, so you better hit the bell icon. See you next time.